Hey everybody, welcome to our first episode of Off the Tracks right here from Firehouse Pizza Pub in Normal, Illinois. Thank you for being a part of the show tonight as we live broadcast here from the Firehouse Pub, getting ready for the next upcoming weekend here with your head coach, Dennis Williams. We got a great show for you here coming up. We've got Jack Jenkins and Jake Slaker along with the head coach, Dennis Williams, here coming up for this episode of Off the Tracks, 10 episodes into the season, and now we're ready to go here from the Firehouse Pub. And Willie, appreciate you making the trek here. It's been a little bit of a cold stretch here in Bloomington as of late, and I guess it's no relief from the Fargo trip.
No, this is warm compared to what we just had. So, no, it's good. I'm glad I'm out.
And obviously the weekend trip to Fargo, that's one of the big things for this Bloomington hockey team, coming out of a weekend where you pick up 3 points out of a possible 4, continuing on to a pretty solid stretch for this hockey team, coming away with 10 points in out of 12 points in the last 6 hockey games. It's got to feel great to watch the guys really perform in the last 6 games or so.
Yeah, we're playing good hockey right now. I thought we deserved 4, up in Fargo, and you try not to let it bother you, but it still is 48 hours later. But I think that's the competitive edge our guys have in ourselves as coaches, right? Is that we want to get every point we can, and we kind of let one slip away on us. But our game's been okay. I've looked at the last few games, and I think we've only given up outside of that Muskegon game like 23 shots a game, 24 shots. So I'm very happy with that, and the guys are getting along. They're battling hard. They're keeping it light, in the weeks in practice, and they're having great energy and success on the ice come game time Friday, Saturday, and you saw that this past weekend.
And just that one thing from that past weekend, really, like you said, the possibility of 4 points, 47 shots on net against a hot goaltender on that Saturday night, it's got to be tough. How tough is it for a head coach when you're on the bench and thinking, boy, we're peppering this guy. How do we put one by him?
Well, yeah, obviously there's not much we can say. We're playing good hockey, so that's what happens when you face a hot goalie. The game before he started was against Omaha. I think it was 50 and 52.
Yeah, 52.
So we knew going in their strengths. Goaltending was one of them. And the first night we were able to figure him out a little bit, the other guy, and then we had our hands full on Saturday. But it wasn't from a lack of effort or a lack of trying. It wasn't for a lack of execution or playing style. It was just you face a hot goalie, and goalies can win you games, and that kid definitely won the game for them.
We're talking to head coach Dennis Williams here on Firehouse Pizza Pub, Off the Tracks. It's the first episode here from the Firehouse Pizza Pub. Come on down and join us, and we'll be here every Monday at 6 o'clock, except for next Monday because we got a hockey game at the U.S. Cellular Coliseum, which you don't want to miss out on President's Day. It's the Military Appreciation Night. Definitely want to check that game out at 3 o'clock start at the U.S. Cellular Coliseum, but Bloomington with a couple other games coming up this weekend. And when you look at the standings for this Bloomington Thunder team, we're now through basically 2/3 of the season, and it really starts to take shape of where this team is starting to fit in the USHL. What's been your take over the first 2/3 of the season, and where you see this hockey team going?
Lots of highs and lows. It's we've had a pretty different type of year. We came out of the gate strong, playing good hockey. Kind of had that little lull there where we lost 7 or 8. Then we went to right before the break, going 7-1-2 into the break. Came back after Christmas, was 5-1 maybe there, and now winning games again. So we haven't had a typical year where you win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 1. It's kind of been in peaks and valleys, but I think it's been good for our guys and for us as a staff because we've been able to fight through some of those 3-4 week long kind of bottoms that we hit and found our way to crawl out of it and played good hockey since then. So it's a tough league. Teams are great, and on any given night you can really see the parity throughout it. There's no layups in the league, and especially obviously for us, but even for the teams up in the top of the standings, we've been able to beat a Cedar Rapids. We beat a Sioux City. I know we didn't beat Tri-City out there, but we beat Sioux Falls, and we got Des Moines this weekend, and we're right there with them. But it's a half a goal or a goal there, but it's a big and a big difference, which is between the winning and losing side of it. But from the get-go, our group's been good. I've been real happy with them. I thought our leaders have been good. I thought our compete level's been great and fantastic, and we're in good shape. We're skating hard, and we're playing with confidence.
And just when you talk about the parity in the league and the overall aspect of the USHL and in this league that we were talking about during the pregame show. It seems like every night it's okay. We got another tough battle here coming up against another team, and just the guys from those different teams go on to from list to list to list. It really creates an atmosphere where it isn't a night off for anybody on the Bloomington Thunder roster. So how do you approach that as a head coach and just say, okay, guys, hey, it doesn't matter where these guys are in the standings. They are just as good as the top of the league all the way down to the bottom.
Well, it wasn't that long ago. We were the bottom, so everybody was better, right? So it was easy for us to understand who our opponent was. But I always said to our guys, a lot of times if you ask them, it's not so much what our opponents are doing. With Hoodie doing the pre-scout, it gives our guys an idea of some tendencies. But at the end of the day, it's us executing the way we want to play. Our systems are in place that I feel like can win hockey games. And there's times where we maybe have to make those adjustments. But if we can execute the way we want to play at a high pace and a high execution level, we're gonna have a great opportunity to win hockey games. And there's no secret to the way we want to play, and someone says, I always, you're going to joke with guys. If you want a pre-scout on us, just call me. I'll tell you what we do. Like it's, to me at the end of the day, football, right? New England a few years ago had that Spygate issue, right? Now they got obviously the football issue, but you still got to beat them. Everyone knows what everyone's doing. We know going into this weekend what Des Moines is going to do. We know who their top guys are, but our guys have to be better than their guys, and our systems have to be better. So it's no secret out there. We all do our homework. We all understand everyone's power play, penalty kill, forecheck, top D, top forwards. It's just a matter of making sure your players are better than their players that night. And preparation is key, and rest is key. And right now, I think our guys are playing with confidence, which they should, because they're playing good hockey. So when you're playing good hockey, hopefully it's like a rolling snowball. We're making snowmen yesterday. You start off that little one, you get rolling, gets bigger and bigger, and that's what you want. And unfortunately, it can happen when you're losing. I guess it's longer and longer of a stretch. But our guys are playing well. They're working hard, and like I said, I've been real happy with them here. And those first few games after Christmas, I didn't think we came back in great shape. And we probably deserve that fate of losing because we didn't take care of our bodies or weren't up to game shape. And it shows you how long it takes to get back into game shape and get back to playing. But now we got a little bit more belief in each other, and we're playing good.
We're finishing up here with head coach Dennis Williams for your Bloomington Thunder. Brian Toski here on the Firehouse Pizza Pub Off the Track show. It's our first episode. We'll be here every Monday, following next Monday, where we have a day off with the afternoon game for your Bloomington Thunder at the U.S. Cellular Coliseum. But definitely come on down, check us out. We got some prizes here to give away, as well as a couple other guys who are coming up on the mic in just a little bit. Jack Jenkins and Jake Slaker will be on the mic. They'll be down here to sign autographs, as will most of the Bloomington players, and win some prizes here as we go forward now. Willie, towards the end of the season, this team in good shape, but again, a tough contest here coming up against the Des Moines Buccaneers, and then a travel to the Lincoln Stars to finish up a 6-game stretch here on the road for your team that's been pretty successful as of late. Now going into Des Moines for the first time and taking on Lincoln for the second time this season, I think we all know the task that's at hand for your guys going into those two matchups. What are the biggest things that you need to focus on as a hockey team to win those two hockey games?
Oh, it's two different teams. Right now, I think it's staying healthy. You got some guys sick right now, and when you go on the road, it's all about managing your body and as well as the game, the puck itself, right? So we have to do a good job. We got a couple guys down with the flu right now, or cold and so forth. So we had to give out the text message about washing your hands and doing all that stuff, right? And proper rest. But it's it's two good opponents. We haven't seen Des Moines yet, but it's obviously Dave Allison's doing a great job with that team, and it's got them going, and they're right in the playoff hunt in the West, and tough rank to play. His teams are big and strong and tough, so we're gonna have to be ready for a physical game there. And then going into Lincoln, we've seen them, and I didn't think we played well when we were in Lincoln, and I'm not taking anything away from what they did. I just thought our guys came in and we didn't compete at all, and we found ourselves behind quickly, and we could never get ourselves out, and end up losing that game 3-2. I think it was there. So we got a little. Hopefully, our guys got a little salt in the wound there and ready to go back after it. But Either way, it's gonna be nice to get off this road trip. It hasn't been easy since we've left to do 3-3s and so forth. But to get back home and get playing next week is definitely gonna be a plus.
And just one final question here, just the mentality of this league and in junior hockey, guys are in and out of the organization. It happens, and with guys moving up and moving out, it gives other guys chances to step into the organization. But obviously, enough can't be said for what Vince Pedri did for this organization, being here for the time that he was, and even through the first step. Now with him moved on to Tri-City and getting a new guy like Cameron Spicer into the mix, what does it leave for this defensive core to kind of let the next guy step in?
Obviously, Vince was a great hockey player. He's one of my, you don't have favorites, but I had a different relationship with Vince because he was an older guy, one of the guys we brought in from a winning team last year, one that we leaned on a lot. I had a lot of conversations with Vince throughout the year, and it's never easy trading a player. It's not fun. Like when I was talking with Hoodie yesterday, it's never fun trading a player you like, but it's the right move for both Vince and us as an organization. And for us, we're looking to build, and we're very excited to have Cameron Spicer coming in and knowing that he's going to give us 2 great years of hockey here. But like anything, when we make a trade, we're not looking for that guy to come in and replace Vince either. We want him to come in and play him and be his and play the way he needs to play. That's why we traded for him. And if he tries to come in and be someone he's not, it's probably not going to work out well either. So we tell our guys, just keep playing what's been working for you. And, with that, we picked up a good young kid there, and Joey, up with the Chicago Mission and a couple picks that help us for down the road. So, like I said, overall, it's not a fun day yesterday doing that, but it's part of that's part of junior hockey. It's part of the business model. And obviously I wish nothing but great success for Vince, for the rest of this year and on to Penn State next year. And, I can't say how excited we are to have Cam join us here later tonight. He's driving in right now and should be in around 10 o'clock. And I think the number one building coordinating woman, Donna, is going to be meeting him at the rink there for us, who does a fantastic job and getting him settled in his home. And, he'll be on the ice tomorrow for us.
We'll be happy to have him, and definitely look forward to see what he can do in a Bloomington Thunder sweater. Willie, I appreciate the time, and best of luck this weekend. It's always a grind.
All right. Thanks, Bry.
That's head coach Dennis Williams. We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll have Jack Jenkins on the mic for your Bloomington Thunder. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Firehouse Pizza Pub off the tracks. It's the first episode here on the live show. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome to our second segment here of Off the Tracks, the weekly coaches show. And our first episode here from Firehouse Pizza Pub. It's the Firehouse Off the Track show here. And we've got your forward and recent commit to the University of Notre Dame, Jack Jenkins. First off, congratulations, Jack, on the commitment there. And I think we'll touch on that in a couple seconds. Jake Slaker is on the mic in a couple seconds. He's giving a nice little woo out there. Yeah. But no, that's such a big commit, such a big thing for a guy in the USHL to really be able to do it and get the commitment. And I know that's something you've been searching for the last couple of years. How's it feel to kind of have the monkey off your back?
It feels great. I mean, a lot of guys, they come to juniors and kind of get it over with, in the first 2 years or whatever. But I've been struggling a little bit through the past 3 years, just kind of grinding away. So it's kind of nice to finally get that over with. So.
And really just when you look at the overall commitment standpoint and what it is to kind of move up and be a part of a tradition like Notre Dame and be a part of a tradition like Notre Dame hockey, I mean, as far as your decision was concerned, how easy was it to pick Notre Dame?
It was pretty easy. Just look at there's a lot of great hockey schools out there, but not all of them can offer great academics and great hockey at the same time. So I just thought it was the perfect opportunity for me. And it's close to home for my parents to come up and watch me. So I just decided to jump on the opportunity.
Got to feel good to put on the 4-leaf clover as well.
Yeah, and gold helmet will be nice too. So.
Well, hey, after you made the commitment too, I mean, one of the big things for you in the last month and really could put you in contention to be really one of the top players for Bloomington as of late, and you're the top scorer on this hockey team right now, was an 8-point stretch in 4 hockey games for yourself right after making the commitment. And I think just from watching from the press box, it's been a pleasure to watch it. Did it kind of loosen you up once the commitment was made and things just kind of fell into place over the next kind of stretch of games?
Yeah, for sure. I remember at the beginning of the year, I was getting some attention from colleges, and it hasn't happened for me so far in the past 2 years. So you kind of it's kind of close to coming, you kind of tighten the stick a little bit, and you kind of get nervous because you want it so bad, but you don't want to mess up. And after it's all over, you just kind of go out and play hockey, and that's what happened. And just fortunate enough to be a part of a couple of great plays there from other guys and end up capitalizing. So it was all in all a good couple of weeks.
We're talking to Jack Jenkins here on the second segment of the Firehouse Off the Tracks episode here live from the Firehouse Pizza Pub. Jack, give him a little woohoo. We'll get you up here, Slakes, in just a minute. Don't worry about it.
Relax.
So obviously here at the Firehouse Pub, you can definitely come on out and check out the weekly show 6 o'clock on Monday nights. Definitely come on out. Check it out here in Normal, Illinois. Great food here. And we can also get you some prizes for your Bloomington Thunder. We've got tickets available that you can put your name in to get a couple free tickets to our next upcoming home game, which is February 13th. And we've got a T-shirt giveaway and a poster giveaway that night. So definitely check those out. If you haven't, give us a call, 309-434-20 to get those tickets today. And Jack, I think the other thing that kind of comes to mind as far as where this hockey team has been going, the road stretch here has been phenomenal for you guys.
Yeah.
And I think the main question for road wins versus home wins and everything like that at the beginning of the year was a little bit tougher for this team to get wins on the road. Has it just seemed like everybody's loosened up? Everything's been a little bit easier on this road trip, especially after the little I guess, setback around Christmas like Coach Williams was talking about?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, the road trips, we're a new organization here. We have a lot of new guys in this league. And especially guys that came from AAA, when you're on the road, and you got 4,000 fans kind of, rooting against you, it's not easy to play in. And I think it took us a couple games, especially at the beginning of the year, to kind of get used to that. And now we're kind of used to that. And I think our team kind of embraced it and kind of likes it and likes the challenge. And we've been pretty good on the road so far. And we've had a good couple stretches here this last couple of weeks. So, it's been good. And we're just going to keep trying to roll with it and keep getting those wins and move up the standings.
And for you personally, this weekend kind of features a little bit of an interesting playoff for you. It's the first game against your old team, which you played for 2 years in the Des Moines Buccaneers. I don't think I need to say it, and I don't think Coach Williams need to say it. I think you'll probably be the first one up and ready for that hockey game, right?
Yeah, I've been there for 2 years. I know that town inside and out. So, and I, have know a lot of people there, and obviously ex-teammates, and then billet parents and other billet families there. So, Yeah, I'm definitely familiar with the area and definitely going to look to, have a good game there on Friday.
With the start of the new year and everything, and the change up with the team, and it really started to seem like everything started to pick up for this hockey team, yourself included, kind of on and off again, points in nights, in games every once, back-to-back nights, you'd have a goal night off, an assist night off, something like
Yeah.
that. But it really seemed like all the points started to pick up, not only for you, but for the rest of this team. Is it just starting to fit together with the environment in the locker room? Everybody's just kind of starting to settle in here with 2/3 of the way through the season already.
Yeah, I mean, if it's interesting, if you look at our past, I mean, we're kind of becoming streaks, and we're a streaky team. I mean, we've lost, we lose games like 4 in a row, 5 in a row, where usually people go like 1-1 or whatever, like just what Coach Williams was just saying. And I mean, we went on a streak where we went, 7 in a row, something like that. So it's kind of similar to that. And it's kind of weird how that's been going this year because that's usually not very like teams don't really do that much. Like streaks don't come along like that. But I guess for our team, when we're hot, like we're hot. So like hopefully we can keep that going.
Thunder fans, we're talking here with the forward for your Bloomington Thunder and the leading scorer, Jack Jenkins, right here on the Firehouse Pizza Pub Off the Track show. Definitely tweet at us using our handle at BLM Thunder and using our hashtag Off the Tracks. You can definitely tweet us some questions. We actually have a couple here for you, Jack. They're
awesome.
Already rolling through. One of them's coming from your teammate here. Just wants to know who is the best roommate, I guess, on the team, and I think Blake Gober's looking for a shout out.
I got definitely gonna have to give that to Gober. Great guy. We were roomies since day one, and wouldn't have it any other way.
Just another quick question. Ryan Henderson wants to know what does it take, and especially for you, knowing the organization, what does it take to beat a team like Des Moines?
Well, I know like in Des Moines because, we have a couple of guys, Galt and Soroki, who were there at the beginning of the year, and so they kind of know that coach a little bit, and I guess they like to they're an offensive team, like to play a puck possession game, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kind of take it to them, and we're going to have to be physical against them right away. We can't let them, skate and pass and use their strengths, so we're going to have to get all over them and kind of shut down their time and space, and that's how we're going to be successful against them. And
just one final question from fans and a member of our staff here just wants to know, outside of just Notre Dame, what were the other colleges that were kind of pitching? You don't have to necessarily name names, but was there interest? And if you want to reveal some names, go for
it. There's some schools kind of like from a little bit from each conference. I went on a visit to UConn, and then as of late, Bentley, RIT from the Atlantic. Then I was talking to Miami a little bit from NCHC. Then there's a couple more, but yeah, those are pretty much the ones that were kind of coming down to it when the decision came.
And one final question now, because obviously one guy needs to have his 2 cents here on the conversation. Wants to know, out of the 4 97s on the team, who is the best line mate? Van Bar wants to know.
Well, I'm not to give that to obviously Van Bar. I mean, just look at this last weekend. I mean, he had 2 goals, and kid's on fire lately. Has a knack for putting the puck in the net. So obviously, I'm gonna have to go with him.
Well, Jack, obviously a tough stretch coming up here for the next weekend for yourself, and just moving on into the final stretch of the USHL career and getting through the final third of the season. What's the thing you're looking forward to the most here in the next 20 games?
Well, obviously finishing out strong, but playoffs. I mean, we're only like 4 points out right now, and we're on a streak right now. So if we keep that going, there's no reason why we can't get in the picture there. And I think that's the mindset with everyone in the locker room, is to make the playoffs here. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, Jack, I appreciate the time. Definitely best of luck this weekend, and I appreciate you taking the time here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brian.
That's forward and assistant captain and leading scorer for your Bloomington Thunder, Jack Jenkins. Hey, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We got Jake Slaker coming up on the mic. It's Firehouse Pizza Pub Off the Tracks right here from Firehouse Pizza and Pub in Normal, Illinois. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome back to Off the Tracks, the live coaches show here from Firehouse Pizza Pub. It's our first episode on the live episode. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely come out and check us out on Mondays at 6 p.m. We're going to take next Monday off, but we'll be right back here from Firehouse Pizza Pub with another episode of Off the Tracks. Definitely catch us here. We start at 6 o'clock. We've also got a chance for you to win some tickets to our upcoming games with a raffle here at the Firehouse Pizza Pub, and we also have a chance for you to win some merchandise and also get some autographs from some of these guys. And our third and final guest on the show is Jake Slaker. And Slakes, I appreciate the time here. Definitely. I think this is the second time you've been on. It was the first episode, I think, that we got you on the mic here. So definitely appreciate you being back here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I think a lot's changed since that first episode. It's been a long ride for you and already through to USA and the first full one for yourself. I think the biggest question is what have you kind of taken away from being in this league for the first two-thirds of the season, and what's the biggest thing that you've learned?
I think overall just like preparing myself to play a consistent game each and every night. Like practices and everything are very important during the week just because you got to show up and prepare yourself for the weekend and be ready.
And for yourself, I know one of the things that you did last season was took a little bit of time out of the Thanksgiving break and were able to head up to Fargo, played a couple games with the Fargo Force, and just being back in that environment this past weekend. What was it like to be in the barn but on the other side of the rink?
It was pretty fun. They have a pretty good atmosphere there, so it's definitely nice being back. And I definitely got chirped by a few fans there. Just fun. So.
Seeing the old name on the jersey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweater. Hey, but at the same time, your team walked away with 3 points out of 4, and it's been a nice ride for your hockey team, especially on this road trip. And I think one of the things that we'll talk about in just a couple minutes is how good not only your team has been on the road as of late, but you've been exceptional on the road. And we'll bring up the stats in just a little bit. But just as far as the road trip has been concerned over the last couple stretches, how comfortable does this team seem on the road? Is it just that everything's starting to fall into place, or things are just getting easier on the road for you guys?
I think things are starting to click a lot more, and I think just being on the road with all the boys, kind of eating every meal together and like sleeping together and everything, I think it just brings everybody a lot closer. So it just kind of has the team atmosphere all the time. So it's definitely it's pretty nice with that aspect of it.
So the one thing with this guy is how good Jake Slaker is on the road. Jake Slaker leads the team, and I think it's 20 games, and I think you have 14 points on the road out of your overall 17 or something like that. And it's phenomenal to watch on the road. Just the difference for you personally. Is there anything different between being on just one of the rope a coin and go, all right, that landed on tails?
Yeah, I think it's one of those statistics. I don't get it. Probably should start producing a little bit more at home. I know my parents make a dad pretty rattled that I can't score a goal when they're there. So
we did pick up one this past weekend too, and I think the overall thing was it was your team's discipline in that Fargo game. Comes away with only one penalty, and that was yours. And right afterwards, it's a breakaway pass, and you're able to put it by. As far as how good this discipline's been from this team, because granted, we do have one of the teams that's in the tops of the league of minor penalties, but the discipline as of late has been very good of staying out of the box. Is that an attribute to guys just keeping it mentally focused, or the head coaching staff, or is it a mix of everything?
I think it's a mix of everything. Like at the first part of the season, we were very undisciplined and everything, and I know coach was honest about it. And I think we just started moving our feet more in the defensive zone, which that's what like leads to tripping, hooking, and slashing penalties. So I think everybody's just mentally like dialing in and everything. So that's definitely helping us our game.
We're talking to Jake Slaker here on the Firehouse Pizza Pub Off the Track show. Definitely check it out Mondays at 6 o'clock. We have it live streamed here on BloomingtonThunder.tv, and we also have it live here, obviously, from Firehouse Pizza Pub. You definitely want to check it out. Our next home game's coming up on Friday, February 13th at 7 o'clock p.m. It is the Paradise Casino T-shirt giveaway night. First 500 in the building get a free Bloomington Thunder T-shirt. You can also get a free Bloomington Thunder poster series. It's number 6 of the 7-part series, so definitely want to come out and check that out. Get some tickets by calling us at 309-434-2980. We can hook you up with some pretty sweet deals, right, Slakes?
Absolutely.
So I think moving forward in this stretch, Jack said it best, this team is looking for that playoff push towards the end of the season. I think that this team is in good position here moving into the final third of the season. Just from your perspective, what are some of the things that this team does need to tighten up to make that final playoff push?
I don't know. I think like just mental lapses, like maybe play like full 60 minutes each night. Like we'll start off in the first period and have a great period, and then the second we'll come out and not be awake and everything. So probably just the consistency throughout the whole game and play a full 60 minutes.
So moving towards the end of the year, you're one of the younger guys, probably going to be back, and obviously with the changeover in the league, it's expected to lose guys with trades and everything in the trade deadline coming up. Obviously, losing a guy like Vince Petrie, what were you able to take away from a guy like him for the leadership and what he's done for this hockey team to kind of take away from your first USHL season?
Yeah, he was a great leader. He definitely was always there after like someone played a bad game or something like that, because he's been in the league and everything, and understands everybody has their up and downs and everything. So it's definitely a big loss, but now it's time for someone else to step up and kind of take the role. And personally, hopefully I'll take that role upon myself too and everything. So definitely a good guy to model yourself after.
Spoken like a true leader, Jake Slaker. Well, we got to get to those fan questions as we do here on Bloomington Thunder's Off the Track show. Definitely live tweet at us using our handle at BLM Thunder and also using the hashtag Off the Tracks. We do have a couple questions here. So we've got a couple coming from a couple of the teammates, obviously, because they like to give it to you on occasions. We got one that's just a little random question. What's your favorite thing to buy at McDonald's?
Favorite thing at McDonald's? I don't know, probably chicken nuggets or McFlurries.
Second question, what do you have a Valentine's Day date? It's coming up real soon, and I think Jack Jenkins is one of the ones who laughed about it.
Oh, okay. I think that's funny. Do I have to answer one?
Hey, you don't have to if you don't want to. Just you can.
There's
say yes
someone
or no.
out there. There's someone out
Hey,
there.
there you go. There you go. Special guy out
Yeah,
there.
right.
Special lady.
Girl.
Special lady out there for Jake Slaker. So, and then I think the other half of it is, how do you balance a hockey life with everything else that goes on in your life? The personal relationships you keep in life, as well as getting schoolwork done, things like that. How do you balance all that?
Just making sure you find time for each and everything. Like I know I like keeping like in touch with all my friends that like I played with last year, and like my high school friends growing up. Like there's time for everything. Like you just got to make sure you balance it out well, and especially like with your parents and everything. Like them not living with you, it's pretty hard. So make sure you give mom and dad a call every night. So.
Hey, mom and dad probably like that, and that's well spoken there, Jake.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the time. Definitely, we'll have to do it before the end of the season. We got a little bit of time left. So.
Right.
But that's forward. Jake Slaker for your Bloomington Thunder here on Off the Tracks, and that's all the time we have here from Firehouse Pizza Pub. For Jake Slaker, Jack Jenkins, and head coach Dennis Williams, I'm Brian Tossi saying so long. Definitely catch our broadcast on the re-air this Saturday at 7:30 a.m. on Cities 92.9. You can also catch it on bloomingtonthunder.tv, and then check us out 2 weeks from now on Monday here at the Firehouse Pub, or check us out on bloomingtonthunder.tv to check out the live stream and live tweet at us using our Twitter handles. Until next time, saying goodbye here from the Firehouse Pizza Pub, Bloomington Thunder. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. We'll keep the Thunder rolling this weekend as Bloomington has 2 more games on the road. Stay safe, everybody.